Hello guys, welcome to Inch Electronics. So in today's episode, let's take a look at a Sanyo emergency lantern. This is a proper Sanyo emergency lamp. This is not a Chinese clone, and the model number here is NL F560 right there, and it says the charging time is around 16 to 24 hours, 220 volts, 6.5 volts, and FL6 times 2. These two tubes are also made by Sanyo. You can see here, made in Japan. F660, it's a very common tubes. Now currently there are no one using these kind of, or at least there will be very few people using these kind of fluorescent tube based emergency lamps. Most of them have moved away to LED based ones, and also these things are on the way to extinction. It's because everyone has other kind of power backups like UPS, inverters and other things. It has a switch right here that says off, and the two light positions for the two bulbs for higher light, single bulb for low light, and that was the only switch that it has. Has a charging indicator over here, and charging point is underneath here. There is a port that can open here. Now in the past I have opened Sanyos before, so this is where it's a compartment right here for storing the charging cable. That's a good touch. So just to make this video a little bit shorter, I have already taken apart all the screws in here, just a couple of them remaining, and the way to open it up is it has 4 screws in the bottom, and it has a latch here. You have to undo that latch right here. You have to undo that to take this bottom piece away. So let me do that here. Let's use a flathead screwdriver and push it up, and that's it. Once that is away, you have hidden screw right here which is already taken apart, and one here which is also holding everything down. So let's take that apart, and that's it. It's now falling into pieces. So that's there. So let's just lift the cover up, and obviously this one, as you just saw, when I push the switch nothing happens because the battery is flat. The owner of this lamp was keeping this thing unused in his shelf for like 3 or 4 years from now, so it's natural to see the battery actually going bad. Now if you look closely, if it's a proper Sanyo, you can see the Sanyo marking all over the thing. See, there's a Sanyo ABS marking right there, ABS plastic marking. Has a Sanyo marking over here, and also on the bottom side of this panel right here it says ABS and Sanyo right here. So it's a genuine Sanyo unit, so it's not a cheap one, it's a quality product. Let's of course take the battery away. The tubes are looking fine, they are not black on one end. Obviously on this thing it has some kind of color change here, but I don't think it's a bad sign, because considering the fact that this hasn't been used, this has only been used for like 6 months or so, and after that it was kept in the locker until today. It was actually kept in a plastic bag, so everything was nice and clean, no dirt except a few here and here on this side. So nothing, obviously no sign of anything on the battery, and there is no sign of any leaks or anything. And we may have to desolder the wires to proceed any further. So let me just see my soldering iron is warm or not. 1 second please. Okay, so my soldering iron is warm. Let's desolder these wires. And of course I'm not even going to try to recover these batteries. What's happening? It's not soldering iron turned off. No, here that is. I'm not trying to recover the battery, and of course I know the battery is flat because off the screen when my soldering iron was getting heating, I measured it using a multimeter, and it was only showing around 1 volts. So let's just keep that to the side, and I have another battery right here. It's a local battery. It's not a high like a well branded battery. It's pulse batteries. It's made locally here in India. It costs around 400 rupees, 350 actually. So let's and it comes with 1 year warranty also, so it's a fair deal. Let's take apart the circuit board and see if it is similar to the ones that I have taken apart in the past. So it has a transformer, of course, and it uses that to charge the battery, not like some other emergency lamps that I have, which uses SMPS power supply for charging. Let's bring it out of the way, and that's it. Let's zoom down a little bit. So it's this AC mains is coming straight to the transformer, and of course it's a very high quality dual core winding. It's a split bobbin, so a lot of spacing. There is no issue about spacing there. And this of course looks like the board that I took about a couple of years ago for changing the battery. Not this one, but another model, but the board looks like the same. Let me just put it this way. The board looks like the same. It uses the same Sanyo made op-amp chip. This right here, it's a 6-volt transformer, right? It's a 9-volt 8 or 9 volts transformer right here. I forgot the exact voltage. This is the board. This is the exact board right here. This is actually a thermal fuse. It has markings 115 degrees Celsius thermal fuse right there. So it uses this. It's a 6358N, and this is a comparator. It's a dual op-amp in a package. And this right here is the 1902 high current transformer for charging the battery, and it's a bridge rectifier package. It's a proper Rubicon capacitor. See, they're not cheapskating or anything. It's a proper Rubicon capacitors. And these right here are the switching transistors, and this is a high frequency transformer for converting the 6-volt to high frequency for turning on these lamps. And has a 2 amp fuse, of course, and it's in the ground loop. So taking a look at the bottom side, you can see it looks pretty good. And this is a comparator that they use. It's the 2 transistors. It's those are D1347, those are, and pretty much that's the entire thing. So what it does is it switches between. This is a switch that turns the 2 lights and the lights on and off. Obviously it's detecting whether the AC is present or not using the op-amp itself, because a terminal slightly low voltage is going as an input to this op-amp. So that way, if the AC mains is present, it will stop these transistors. It's a push-pull arrangement. It's a center tap. This is the center tap transformer right here. So it's a push-pull arrangement on these transistors. So that's creating its a high frequency at the output stage, which is right here. So when there is an input voltage present from the AC mains, it stops the emergency from lighting up, and it will just charge the battery. So that's the way it detects whether AC is present or not. Of course, when there is no AC, it will turn on automatically. So it's a pretty simple circuit. It's a chalk right here. It's a chalk right here. So yeah, that's it. This is the charging LED indicator. It's to this point right here. It's a battery negative connected to here. So it's pretty much that. And now let's see whether this will turn on by connecting to this new battery right here. One moment please. Okay guys, so now I have connected the new battery just using the connector clip itself. It's this battery. Let me show you the battery. It's a pulse battery, 6-volt 4.5 amp hours. So it has 1 year warranty. So I have connected it using these built-in clips itself. So let's just try to turn it on. Let me just turn this off, and this one also off, and see what happens. Yep, it lights up. Both the tubes are now on, and now only one tube is on. So yep, it fixed it. There is nothing wrong with this. Now the whole thing that's remaining is to solder this one and give it a full proper charge. And that's it for today's video, guys. See you in another video.